everyone, I'm here to talk about and review the new incarnation of the Guerlain Lingerie de Peau, also known as the Natural Perfection Foundation Skin Fusion Texture. That's a lot in a little bottle here. So if you're familiar with the old one, which I still have in my summer shade, it was $57. It had an SPF of 20 and it was 1 fluid ounce, and it came in about 11 shades. I say about because by the time I got around to researching this, they'd pulled down all the old information. It's kind of hard to find. The new bottle is a different shape, and I will say it's a more streamlined. I feel like I'm Vanna White. It's more streamlined. It fits in a drawer a little better, fits in all the little slots we have in all of our acrylic makeup organizers. It's still 1 fluid ounce. The price has gone up to $63, and it comes in 14 shades, so that's something. And they've changed the name a little bit. It used to be called Invisible Skin Fusion Foundation with Sunscreen. They've added some words. They're both still SPF 20. I tried to figure out my shade. Now, based on when I got home, I realized Guerlain had put out a chart telling you what your old shade was and what it corresponded to in the new shade range. I didn't see that, so I just tested it all over my arm and on my neck, and actually the shade they recommended was too dark, so I'm glad I didn't go by what they recommended. I am in the shade 00N, which is the lightest shade in the neutral tone. They have added more shades that are have yellow undertones, some more that have a pink undertone. They've definitely added more lighter shades, so that's great. I will say in general, the Guerlain range definitely favors more of there are more shades on the fair side than on the darker side, but in general, it's nice that they've added a few more options in the shade range. So when I got this home, the first thing I did was actually print out the list of ingredients for the old and the new. I'm gonna put this down before I drop it and shatter it. And I went right down and compared them line by line to see if there were any new ingredients and if the order of ingredients had changed, because if you're not familiar with ingredient lists, whether it's makeup or food, at least in the United States, you have to list the ingredients in order of size, starting with the first ingredient will be the largest proportion, and then as the ingredient list gets farther down, it's smaller and smaller in percentage. So there's zero difference in the ingredients listed, active and inactive percentages. Now, in the new formulation, it does say may contain, and in the may contain part, there are a few chemicals and numbers that don't exist in the old formula, but it's a may contain, so it doesn't say it does contain. I think that depends on which shade you have. Some shades have some of those chemicals to lighten or darken, so I don't know how that would affect the formulation. So that's what I have as far as what's written down on the box and the information. As far as the actual application goes, okay, it is most definitely completely different. It's like, I don't even know why they're calling it Lingerie de Peau. Honestly, they should have just said, we're getting rid of it, and here's our new foundation, and this is what it's called. It's not even the same thing. This is a totally different foundation. It should just be rebranded completely. It's just a different formula. It's just a new foundation that Guerlain came out with. That is the best way to describe it. There's no point in even calling it Lingerie de Peau. So I'm not. So the new Guerlain foundation is very much liquidy. I'm gonna insert a little clip of me applying it. I tried to make very neutral facial expressions, but I think you can see if I keep this insert going how I felt about it going on. It is very liquidy. It is very weightless. You do not even feel like you are wearing makeup, so that is definitely a positive for this. Feels like nothing on your skin. Definitely weightless. Very light coverage. It's reminiscent to me in feeling very similar to the new Makeup Forever water foundation. It's very cool to the touch. The coverage is just not there. If you liked the Lingerie de Peau original, I've read the reviews. I don't see it. I do not see. I'm looking in the mirror just to make sure I'm not imagining things. I had to use twice as much foundation to get a similar coverage. And since they've bumped up the price, I'm using twice as much foundation to get not exactly the same coverage, so that doesn't make me happy, so there's another negative. The finish is not the same. I have very dry skin. So what I liked about the original Lingerie de Peau is that it had a nice dewy, satin to dewy finish. It gave me, it didn't moisturize my skin, but it didn't dry out my skin, and it made me look, well, dewy and fresh and, dare I say, glowy. This is not, does not do that. It is definitely not matte, but a drier finish. I noticed, even though I'm well moisturized, it definitely clung to my dry patches I did not even know I had. So I don't know what was up with that. I guess, I mean, I'm not being very neutral in this. I'm trying to find a positive. I like the shape of the bottle. It does feel weightless on the skin. If you do have oily skin and you couldn't wear the old Lingerie de Peau, you'll like this formulation better just because it's not as dewy, so I don't think it'll go shiny on you. But it's just not the foundation that it was. I've gone back now after I put this on and read all the reviews on Sephora, and there are a lot of people who think it's awesome. I'm not getting it. It's not what it was, and I don't understand what Guerlain was thinking. I think heartbroken might be too strong of a word. I mean, I am talking about foundation here, like, you know, it's makeup. But I don't have my favorite foundation anymore, so I gotta find a new one. I need your help. I need y'all to recommend something. And obviously, I'm not afraid to spend $60 on a bottle of foundation if it's amazing. I've heard the Armani Luminous Silk is very similar. I tried swatching some when I was in Sephora in New York and could not find a great match to my skin tone, but maybe it was just bad lighting, it was at night and whatever, so maybe I need to give that another go. Anyone who looks like me and wears Armani Luminous Silk successfully, let me know what shade you wear, or if there's another foundation out there similar to the dewy finish of the old Lingerie de Peau, and I don't know about it, let me know, except if it's Chanel. Chanel breaks me out. Yeah, I don't like it. That's my final thoughts. So far, I don't like it. I've had it on a couple of hours. I will say, as it's wearing on me, I like it better. Hang on, let me look in the mirror. But I shouldn't have to learn to like it. I should have liked it from the get-go. I will wear it throughout the day. This is not my final impression. This is definitely very much first impression. The rest of this video, we're gonna go vlog style, and I'll check in maybe once or twice more, give you my final thoughts. I do have a football game Shane's football game to attend later this evening, so I'll give you my final thoughts when we're done for the day, and I'll let you know what I think. But first impression, not happy. Not happy at all. All right, I'll see you in a few hours. Okay, it is many hours later. It's about 10 o'clock at night. I've been wearing this all day long, other than Michael saying he thinks I look very nice today, or he thought I looked very nice today, which is nice. Thank you, Michael. It's okay, and that's not good enough for $63. So if I were to film the Ride or Die tag again, the new Guerlain Lingerie de Peau would not have made it into the tag, and that makes me sad. So while I like certain aspects, I do like the foundation. I just don't love it like the old formula. I think if you have oily skin and you're a little leery about using the old formula, you may enjoy this. I don't think the coverage is exactly the same. The finish is not the same. It's more of a demi matte. Here it is up close. No touch-ups, no powder, after the initial. That's really close up. Let's get really close. Yeah, so it's just not as good. I can't recommend it, not at this cost. So those are my final thoughts. I'll keep using it. If my feelings change, I will update you. Let me know if you've tried it, what you think, and give me your recommendations for what I should try to replace my holy grail, my favorite foundation, because I don't have one right now. That's at the high end. Thanks so much, and let me know what you think. Can't wait to read your comments. See you in the next video. Bye. Good night. This will probably be a monthly feature. We're just gonna sit here and have a little girl talk and kind of a stream of consciousness thing. No particular topic. It's not a rant or anything.